Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Michael Harriton, and I'm all in for helping you discover for yourself how rewarding it is to learn Scripture by heart. Today's memorization verse of the week begins with one of the most exciting yet daunting words in our English language, the word now. Now gives us that sense of urgency. We have to respond. The word now makes it clear that this passage is all about this very moment and the amazing things that can happen in it with God's help. When it comes to learning, our minds think sequentially. So a natural way to learn this passage is step by step. Let me explain what I mean. In today's world, we rely on GPS to get us where we want to go. GPS works because it feeds into our mind's sequential way of thinking. It doesn't bombard us with every turn, every detail, all at once. GPS prompts us one turn at a time. I remember taking the Paris Metro. It can be pretty confusing in there. I asked someone for directions. As they rattled them off, all of a sudden, my mind was spinning. I was overloaded, frustrated. It was TMI. I couldn't possibly remember all that. I thanked the person and headed off in the general direction. When I was sure I was out of sight, I asked someone else for directions. Fortunately, this nice lady happened to be going right where I was. She simply said, "Follow me." So that you're not overwhelmed, we're going to break down today's passage into its two verses. You'll be learning each one step by step, phrase by phrase. You'll be surprised at how easy it is to learn an entire passage this way. So let's get started. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, 11 and 12. Now finish the work so that your eager willingness to do it may be matched by your completion of it according to your means. For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what he does not have. This passage reminds us of three things. 1. God stands ready to use people who are willing. It's a privilege to do the good things He planned for us long ago. 2. Unless we finish the work we've started, it's just a good intention. An unfulfilled dream, sometimes even an empty promise if we're honest with ourselves. Until we finish, nothing is accomplished and nothing changes. 3. We can't allow the fear of what others may think about our efforts to stop our progress. Our only focus should be on what God thinks. He judges our work according to our heart to do it and to the resources we've been given. But here's the best part. He doesn't expect anything from us He hasn't already given to us. Isn't that encouraging? On this note, let's get to memorizing. The first verse is made up of 4 phrases. Could you repeat the first one after me? Now finish the work. Good. Now I'm going to add the next phrase to the first one. Ready? Repeat, please. Now finish the work so that your eager willingness to do it. Excellent. Now let's add the third phrase. Now finish the work so that your eager willingness to do it may be matched by your completion of it. The fourth and final phrase is the payoff. Let's add it now. Now finish the work so that your eager willingness to do it may be matched by your completion of it according to your means. Okay, that's a mouthful. Let's say it one more time together. Now finish the work so that your eager willingness to do it may be matched by your completion of it according to your means. Great. You've already learned the first half of this passage. Congratulations. Now on to the second verse, which is also made up of 4 phrases. Repeat after me. For if the willingness is there. Good. Now adding the second phrase. For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable. Good. Now the first 3 phrases. For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has. Now add the fourth and final phrase. For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what he does not have. Okay, good job. We're ready to reassemble the 2 verses in today's passage. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 11 and 12. Now finish the work so that your eager willingness to do it may be matched by your completion of it, according to your means. For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what he does not have. See, you're getting this. If I went a little too fast for you, no problem. Back up the video a bit and review it a few times until you've ironed out the rough spots, until you're sure you've got it right here. Repetition is an essential part of committing verses to memory. You know, before we end, I have a confession to make. There have been many times when I've had an idea for a project, but I just couldn't seem to get it off the ground. Reading this passage reminds me of how easy it is to get overwhelmed by our own dreams of future things. Deciding where to begin can be challenging, even paralyzing. Maybe you're feeling that way right now. Here's what I'm learning to do to move forward. Take out a pen and paper, and at the top of the page, write the name of the project. You know, every baby's got a name, and this is your baby. Now here is the key. We've just been demonstrating how our brains think sequentially and how going step by step can help us memorize today's passage. Well, the same holds true with your project. Break down your big idea into a list of smaller tasks needed to get the job done and write them down. Guess what? You just started your project because every project begins with a plan of action. May God guide you in it and bless you with everything you need to complete it, including the inspiration, good advice, resources, and the assistance you're going to need to get it done. As repetition is truly key to learning, let's recite this passage one more time together right now. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 11 and 12. Now finish the work so that your eager willingness to do it may be matched by your completion of it according to your means. For if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what he does not have. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verses 11 and 12. And that's our scripture memorization verse of the week. If you're finding value in these videos, please let us know. You can leave your suggestions in the comments below. Until next time, go with God and enjoy the journey as you learn scripture by heart.